Good morning and welcome to another Ageless Energy Show. Today I'm going to be talking about digestion for women 40 plus. So I recently did a masterclass called Minnow Belly, Beat the Bloat, and it's just been top of mind. I've had a lot of digestion questions come up. We had fantastic turnout, and I thought that this is such an important topic, and it's also a challenging subject that a lot of people deal with and not really sure what to do about it. So I'm gonna give you a brief overview of what I went through more in depth. If you want the full masterclass, just comment below and we'll send it your way. But this is just a brief overview, and I'm gonna hit a couple different points because there's so much to digestion in particular. It's kind of something that we specialize in a bit. A lot of women come to us with digestion and issues in particular. Dorothy, my wife, and myself, we both went through, serious, extreme, acute digestion issues that we've healed and fixed and improved. So I feel like we're in a good position to help offer advice for this particular subject. So let's dive in. If you're not sure who I am, my name is Drew Tadia, founder and CEO of True Form Life. For the past 20 years, we've been helping women 40 plus increase energy, burn body fat, and balance hormones. So if that's you're in the right place. I did put a list for you guys together. Usually I wing it, but I put a list for you guys together. These are my notes, you could say. And if you want the notes, just let me know. We can send them over after. It's no big deal for me. We have Diane's in here, my mom's in here, Debbie's in here. Nice to see you, ladies. If you're here and you have questions, drop them below. Otherwise, I'll answer your questions after. If you're watching the replay on here or another platform, I'm happy to send that to you afterwards. So I think it's important to understand. I have 3 or 4 main points here that I put here for you in particular, but one of them, like a lot of these questions have been coming in after, and we had a really good conversation during the masterclass as well, but digestion impacts so many things. Like digestion is everything. And I think you know what I'm talking about if you have digestion issues or have had them or they come and go, but they impact your energy levels. They impact your hormones, inflammation, mood, sleep, metabolism, linked to the ability to burn body fat. Like your digestion is it. It's like your digestion. We talk a lot about metabolism. That's our jam. Our main program is called Metabolism Accelerator Program. But when we look at digestion in particular, that's the core. Everything is linked to your digestive tract in one way or another. So if that is not firing the way it should be, in a really difficult position in life in general, and certainly for your health in particular. So looks like I'm frozen on my phone. Hopefully you guys let me know in the comments if you're still moving on here. So I think that's the first thing to understand, is that your digestion is something that needs to be addressed. If you have gas, indigestion, acid reflux, regular bloating, it's not really like that is something that needs to be figured out, and it takes time and effort. Like you could do elimination diets, you could try supplements, you could look for professionals that could help. I'm not a big blood test fan. I don't think blood test is going to bring up digestion issues. It could bring up other issues that are linked to digestion, but there's so many areas that we're lacking when it comes to digestion in particular. But we've lived in, it's probably in my notes. Nice segue. We've come to a place in life or society where it's normal. Like it's normal to carry Tums with you because after you got to pop Tums. And the Tums destroy your stomach bacteria, your gut bacteria that you need to break down. So it's like a Band-Aid, right? Short-term fix for long-term damage. So I'm gonna write that down. Short-term fix for long-term damage. That is destroying your gut microbiome. So you're not going to be able to digest foods in the future. You're probably not able to digest foods now. And you're just looking for something to alleviate the pain. So you got Tums or Rolaids or whatever. So we had a lady that was working with us inside our program, and she said that she was, gosh, I don't remember exactly what she said, but she had a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. I think she was drinking something crazy, like a half a bottle every couple days, and she was completely off it. And that's good. That's what we do. We clean up your diet. We help you understand food. We teach you ingredients. It's about mindful eating, chewing your food, and helping your body. We're so torn against working against our body, and I feel like if we were to help our body, like our body is meant to function perfectly. Our body was meant to function perfectly. Could write that down as well. But we get in the way. We get in the way through the choices that we make or the inaction that we take. So if you're feeling uncomfortable after meals, you feel like you need to stretch your pants or unbuckle, probably bloating, crash in the afternoon, sugar craving in the evening, and then you could be swollen. You could be like swollen. People get swollen hands and feet. That's part of inflammation, and that is often very linked to digestion issues. So these are all issues that, or someone actually asked me, how do I know if I'm bloated or just overweight? And there is a difference. So I pulled up some of our transformation pictures, and you could see, you can actually see people that are a little bit chubby, and then our progress pictures, they've tightened up, and then the other ones, you can actually see the bloat. And then once that bloat goes away, it's not particularly body fat. So you could be it doesn't matter what weight you are. I just talked to some lady, and I said, she's like interested in the master class. So I said, hey, did you check out the master class? And she's, oh no, I realized it was about menobelly, and I don't have bloating. I don't have menobelly. I'm at my ideal weight. And I thought, there's so much connection to weight loss, right? I would suggest that menobelly or bloating doesn't have anything to do with weight at all. It has to do with how your body is functioning. So you could be at an ideal weight. You could be thin, like on the thin side, and you could still have menobelly, or you could still have gas, bloating, indigestion, constipation. It doesn't matter what size you are or what weight. We really going to beach areas, and people that are not overweight, maybe thin, and they still have cellulite. They call that, in the industry, they call that skinny fat. They call it what you want, but it doesn't matter what size you are. If your body's not functioning properly, weight has nothing to do with it. And if you don't have digestion issues, that's fantastic. Then you probably not. Debbie said it was frozen. My apologies. I don't know what's going on. I usually have really strong connection. I'll just keep pushing on. So when we have stress and digestion, we're very late. And I see this all the time. When someone says, oh, I've been really constipated lately. It's usually constipation. Sometimes it's diarrhea. Those are very closely linked. They're just on either end of the pendulum. And I can't eat food. I'm not hungry, etc. So I say, okay, what's going on in your life? And then we have to have these conversations of, maybe you have a wedding that's coming up that you're stressed about. Maybe there was one of your family members is in the hospital. That certainly causes issues. So there's many things we could talk about that stress you out. It could be your job. It could be your boss, your coworkers, your family, your kids. It's endless. Anything could stress us out, which is why it's so important to create a system in your life that helps reduce stress in your life. That's something that we talk about often, particularly now, but we have to understand that if you're stressed out on a regular basis, everyone's different, right? Everyone can handle stress at a different level. But if you're someone that doesn't do well with stress, and maybe that stress goes right to your digestive tract, that's going to affect everything. That's going to affect your mood, your hormones, your sleep. So you have to consider, and then one of our members, she said, I'm not particularly stressed right now, but I went through a stressful time in my life. So that affects our body on different levels and in different ways, but that could be if your body's in a fight or flight state, right? And if you were in that state of being for an extended period of time, it takes a while to come back down. So many people come and they're like, oh, I'm fine now. A few weeks ago, a few months ago, something happened. It was probably traumatic in your life. But we don't realize that's affecting now. A very simple example is when you're dehydrated or when you're thirsty all day, it's from yesterday. So I'll hear someone that's saying, oh, I got a Like, I can't drink enough water today. I'm just always thirsty. Okay, what happened yesterday? I didn't drink any water, right? At any rate, that's stress in particular. So paying attention to your stress levels and understanding how directly linked they are to your digestion is important. So I have here, I talked about it already, but I have here, the goal isn't just weight loss in particular. It's, you may notice less bloating, a flatter stomach, less puffiness. I put down here, energy and reduced cravings, right? Those are more particularly if you're on the right track. If your body's starting to function at a higher rate, you'll be in a better position to digest foods. And then you'll start to see more results. So often it's all a chain that connects, right? So if you're stressed out, your digestion doesn't particularly work well. If you're not digesting food, processing food, absorbing food, it's obviously a big issue. Then you have a slow metabolism. So the food that you're putting in your body isn't being processed because you're so stressed out. So then you don't see results, whether that's through progress pictures or on the scale or measurements. And you're like, doing all the right things. I'm exercising, I'm following the meal plan. I had something the other day that was like, oh, in the past I tried a program with you and it didn't work. And so your next program probably not going to work. No, okay. There's not much you can do. It's a very limiting mindset, right? It's like someone that said, oh, I had a personal trainer 20 years ago and it didn't work. So I don't feel like any program's going to work for me. But that's part of our program. Continue to revamp our program. And ladies, I see some of our Nat members in here now. I just filmed a handful of new videos for our fitness module. But we have a module around from calm to chaos. We talk about limiting beliefs, self-identity, like all that stuff has to be worked through. And just because you're eating right, and just because you are, like maybe you're following a meal plan or you're exercising, that's the bare minimum. That's just surface level. You have to create systems in your life. You have to create habits. You have to learn how to reduce stress. There's a lot to it. That's why a simple gym membership doesn't work. There's a very small percentage of people that would work for. It actually works, is probably short term. Gyms are particularly built around results. They're built around you paying a monthly fee and not coming, because the more people that don't show up, the more memberships they can sell. That's it, right? A couple supplements. So if you look at collagen, one of the main ones in particular that I would see helping with digestion, because it helps build the gut stomach lining, makes it thicker. And often women don't know that they have leaky gut syndrome. So you're not digesting and absorbing foods properly. So you actually have holes in your gut, which is kind of crazy to think about, but that needs to be fixed and healed. And collagen can help with that. Collagen helps with a number of things: hair, nails, skin, joints. It's a nice source of protein, or like ours has 11 grams of protein. It was really nice. We actually heard from someone that just started using our collagen, and she's, my last one only had 5 or 6 grams. This is double per serving. I was like, yeah, we don't mess around. So I feel like we have organic collagen. We have all kinds of accreditations and testing and sampling for the best one I've found that I wanted to put our name on. Collagen in particular can help with digestion. Magnesium is a big one. Digestion, like magnesium is a relaxant. In most cases, when we have digestion issues, we're in that flight or fight state. We're tense. So if you put something in your body that can help relax your body and relax your digestive system, then you see more movement, more flow, more churn. So magnesium is a big one in particular. I'm a big fan of activated charcoal. I think it should be a regular thing. Like, you never know what's in the water, what type of pollutions, what kind of low quality ingredients are in the sauces or oils that we're using. I take activated charcoal every day. That's a really big one for reducing gas and bloating, because it like absorbs the toxins in your body, and now it can help flush it out through bowel movements. Take that away from medication. Last thing you take in the evening. My apologies. I heard that the connection isn't great, which is not much I can do about it at this point. Just going to wrap things up here, but we do have a digestion challenge coming up. So MET members, this is going to be part of your program. Those of you that are interested in helping improve your digestion and want to have a step-by-step process, just reach out. We're going to run that on Zoom. I'm going to go live every morning for about 30 minutes from Monday to Friday next week. There'll be replays. And then we have a whole module of videos. So if I talk about drinking ice water, from a really good interview from a naturopathic doctor that talks specifically about digestion and how you can improve your menopausal digestion types of symptoms. I talk about supplements, mindful eating, chewing your food, being intentional. It's all there. Everything that you need to start on the right track to improving your digestion. We have that all set up. And we also have bonuses. We put together a couple packages not packages, but a couple bonuses. I did a brand new PDF for when you travel, like a travel guide, how to avoid bloating while you're traveling. And then, gosh, now I can't think of it. I have another PDF that I put together for you guys as well. So we're going to look at, we'll do a pantry audit. We'll talk about oils, like the rancid oils in pantry that most people don't know about. So we got a lot going on happening next week. So that's going to be called the Beat the Bloat 5-day challenge. So if you're interested, you can comment below. Otherwise, hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for joining live. My apologies for the connection if that was an issue for you. Technology. I'm sure we just got to live with it. I don't know what else to do. Else you can do. Okay. That's all I got. Have a wonderful day. And we will catch up with you soon. If you want the masterclass replay, comment below. We'll send that over to you if you haven't watched. Otherwise, I'm out here.